Hello again, welcome to another edition of the Real Ale Guide. Mr. Real Ale 140 joining me.
Yeah.
And today, well, Chris has brought some Brewdog 5am Saint. Let's have a look at that one.
There we go. Available in Morrison's at the moment.
That's fantastic, and I just be able to go down and pick up something as good as this, which is, well, as good as Brewdog, which are local, in a local store. Okay, should we get these beers on? Yeah, we just cooled them slightly, haven't we? Just to take
Just
that
half hour or so.
yeah, just take that warm edge out of it. Get it. Ooh, that's a lovely colour.
Dark colour, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, this looks. Wow, it's like mahogany.
Yeah, it's not. I expected it to be too nice, but there's not much of a description on the bottle as to what you're going to expect. So that was why I found that surprising. You got a 2-finger head and 1.5 finger.
Yeah, quite a your carbonation levels there. Yeah, they're quite nicely carbonated.
It's a 330 bottle as well. So, and it's not that because it's only a 5% still. So it's not a 330 because it's some kind of crazy super strength beer.
Wow. You can check out Chris's channel here if you want to check out Real Ale 140.
Yeah.
Should we get the nose?
Yeah.
Oh yes, that classic hoppy red ale. Really is.
Plenty of fruit in there as well.
Now this is fun. I don't want to bring up another brewery, but this is just like 6 Points Righteous Ale, the nose, and maybe Magic Rocks Rapture. Magic Rocks Rapture.
Can you say that again?
I think Magic. This preceded them all. This was out before all of these beers.
Yeah.
So this could be the granddaddy of hoppy red ales.
That's good to know.
It's an off-white.
It's retaining that head as well.
Yeah, it's a nice creamy, frothy kind of head. Should we get into this beer?
Should, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers. Wow. Well, it's quite earthy. It is quite earthy, isn't it?
Yeah. It's got quite a malty back to it.
And then the hops are coming towards the end. The hops are now, the bitter ends right there, right at the end, still going on now.
Yeah. I mean, the fizz brings it through in a particular way as well, and I don't know whether that's intentional, I don't know. But it's quite, I don't know if you can pick it up on the, you're not going to be able to see that on the camera probably. Let's try something here. There we go. So you can see that. So it's quite busy on the old fizz. Not unpleasantly so. But
yeah,
it's part of the, when you're trying to get this through your mouth,
yeah,
you've got to deal with that first, because otherwise you take too much and you're going to be like this.
Yeah. And it kind of helps to spread it round your mouth a bit, that bit of carbonation. Oh, that is it's the flavours. I've got the earthiness. Let's go again. Is it got a caramel?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the malt is the biggest thing, and not in the way of a dark beer. It's employing the malt in a sweeter sense, I think.
Yes. Sweet malt, earthy, and then hoppy.
There's a nice combination.
Yeah.
The amounts of each complement each other well.
It's like a sweet bitter or bittersweet classic English beer, but really ramped up. Really ramped up, and that I do like that earthiness. I do like that taste. And the mouth feels it's not a thin beer by any means, is it?
No. It doesn't slip down quite as easily as some other beers. But that's okay. I mean, sometimes a beer is almost gives you a little warning signal to.
Yeah, I quite like that texture to it. I like that thicker. On a day like today, it's quite cold outside.
Yeah.
If I want something to really refresh me on a summer's day,
Your golden ale.
yeah, like a golden ale. But this is for the occasion. It's quite cold out there. This is quite. It's giving me a warming sensation in my tummy.
Nice winter warmer.
Yeah, absolutely.
But without having to. I mean, if you're not a fan of stouts or porters, then and this is about as dark as you want to go. It's a very good example of the genre.
Should we wash this beer around and get a second nose, release some more? But once you get it down to up to just over halfway, you can really give it a rigorous whirl around in your
I'm
glass.
struggling. There's a fruit in there. And I can't pick it out what it is.
Is it tart? It's like a cooked, like a tart fruit. Would you say?
Yeah.
Maybe even vinous. It might be even a vinous quality to it. It's like a deep red wine, maybe. Or a barrel aged beer or something. It's like it seems to have a bit of something in there.
So I'm putting that out.
Slightly spirity. Did you see it's slightly spirity in the nose?
There is a tiny hint of whiskeyishness.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the peatiness.
Yes, that peatiness. There's a lot going on with this beer.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on with this beer.
There's an awful lot to identify, and I think you might actually need more than the 330ml bottle to pick it all out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we've got other stuff to look at this afternoon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're not going to be testing more of these ones out.
We've got a fair bit to do this afternoon.
It's hard work. It's hard work doing this.
Absolutely, great hard work. If you want, there's a lot to read, so I'm not gonna stand and read it all. If you want to let that focus, if you want to pause the video for a second and read that, it's up to your own discretion. Equity for Punk scheme. They're trying to sell a lot of equity in their shares to develop a brand new brewery.
If you want to get into real ale and you think it's going to go ahead and it's going to get really big, I think it is. You think it is?
Yeah.
They're selling shares in the company. It's 150 quid a set, I think.
Think so, yeah.
So something along those lines. But it means you're buying into the company. The value of that share, well, it's like trousers, could go up as well as down. But I think, and I'm not a stockbroker by any means, that these guys seem to be doing something that is going to invite their share price to go up in the future.
I've got one little. It's not an issue, but whenever I go on the internet, people are tweeting, "Oh, our new Brewdog bar's opening in Sheffield or in Manchester or in London." They seem to forget about Cardiff or Bristol. I'd be prepared to travel to Bristol for a Brewdog bar.
Yeah, I mean, they're not small cities. Bristol's the 8th biggest city in the country after Hull, I think. But even so, come this way.
Come down to us to Cardiff.
Yeah.
I would love to try some of their range on tap.
Yeah.
Some of it because they get some exclusive stuff down as well. So I suppose it's when they probably roll out this bigger brewery where they can make bigger capacity. But they seem to be giving us a little bit of a miss, a little bit of a sidestep. So come down to Cardiff, Brewdog, if you're watching. It'd be absolutely great.
Yeah, take a chunk out of brains.
Should we sum this beer up? We're 9 minutes 30 in. Should we sum it up and give it a rating?
Alright, this like you say, it's one for a winter's evening. I wouldn't continually drink this the whole night, but it's nice to slip one in. I think if you're gonna get into that kind of darker ale style.
Yeah.
And if you're looking to graduate towards stout, this is a good way to work your way through from.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's got a nice body to it.
Yeah, there's good good introduction to the malt there. There's hops in there, there's fruits in there, and I still, for the life of me, can't work out what the bloody fruit is. But it's really good, really tasty, very drinkable. You know, work my way down this, even though it's quite heavy in the mouth. It's really good. Okay, I'm going to go with an 8.
Yeah, fair, very well, more than fair. Fair is a 6. Very more than fair. I think an 8 is very good. I think I'm going to go 8.5 on this. I just think I've got 8.5, so I'll give between 8 and 8.5. I think it's a very good beer, which you probably want a couple of, and then probably want to move on to what we might. Well, we haven't put it in order yet, but we might be reviewing the Trashy Blonde shortly. But yeah, move on to something else from their range. But it's a very solid, interesting beer.
Yeah, and worth checking out what they've done before, because I only had the Punk IPA before, and that was pretty interesting in itself. So
really good beer. I like that.
Get the set, give them all a whirl.
Give them all a go. Yeah, you can go get them all in Morrison. Or the 3 main beers in Morrison's, which is fabulous, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me, Chris.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we'll be doing something very interesting very shortly. Cheers.